welcome to today's live. It's nice and fresh here. I'm 8 degrees on the Gold Coast. Whoa, how chilly is that? So no doubt if you're in Australia, you'll be having a cool morning. There seems to be a cold snap coming through at the moment. Anyway, get back into it. Okay, so today what I want to look at is the second belief type that we need to change if we want to achieve the goals that we set out for ourselves. And this one's a biggie, and it's one of my favorite ones, and that's the belief about what is possible and what's possible for you. So when we look at what's possible, it's we look at, okay, well, what do I desire? So this would be a good time for you to, maybe do some journaling on what is it actually that you want? What are your desires? We all have desires because we're desire-driven beings. That's what makes us grow. We're always wanting to go to the next level. Whereabouts are you? Are there things that you want, or do you tend to sit there and say, no, got all I want, and you become a little bit numb where you are? Or are you a little bit scared to reach for what you want because you don't truly believe it's possible? One of the things that having desires and goals, we get it through the contrast of that which we don't want and going for that which we do want. So quite often what will happen is you think you want something, and then you realize it's not what you want, so then you choose again. It's about going on and choosing again. So you always want, so if I'm never going to, like for me, I never doubt the belief that we're going to want something. You're always going to want something. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you just want a cup of tea, or you want a new car or a new job. It's what we must look at, though, is our attachment or our expectation to how they are meant to come in, because this is one of the things that catches us up. I hear people saying they are visualizing and wanting to create something, but they're trying to tell the universe how to do it. And when you're trying to tell the universe, you must do it like this, you're not in the energy, in the frequency of possibility. You're trying to control shit. And what you'll tend to find is what you do is you constrict it. You break it down and it locks up. So one of the things that we look at is look at the attachment and the expectation on how you're going about it. There's nothing wrong with wanting something. It's just a belief. And when you look at it from the angle of the attachment and the expectation of it being a certain way, there's your belief. Ask your belief. Have a look at that belief and go, geez, what's it doing there? If I'm living in the frequency of possibility, would I be hanging on to it so tightly? Now, I don't feel bad when I want something. I just get excited. For me, when I set my goals, I get excited about what I need to do. So we all have desires, and what do you desire? What do you desire in your business, in your relationships, in your health, or in life in general? What are your desires that you're chasing? What do you want? Now, this is This is actually a fun thing that I like to do when we look at people ask me the question. I'll ask them, so, well, what do you want? And the answer, they very rarely answer the question of what I want until we pry a little deeper. What they usually answer is, well, what they think is realistic, or what they think is possible for them, or what's not going to disappoint them, or they won't get their hopes up too high. So they aim a little lower than what they really want to go for. That's one thing that I loved when I worked with Natalie Cook, getting her to the 5th Olympics. is her goal was bang. It was just on getting to the Olympics, and she was really interesting to talk to because she said to us, there's people that go to get to the Olympics, and then there's people there that go to get a gold medal. There's two types of Olympians. There's the ones that just want to get to the Olympics, and then there's those ones that want to get the gold medal. And, because some people set their goal of just getting to the Olympics. The others want to be the best of the best. And you look at any sport that's like that, you look at the, what's rugby, what's All Blacks, their goal is to be the best of the best. You look at the tennis, you look at Federer and Nadal and that. They're wanting to be the best of the best. Their goal is not just to be on tour. They know it's possible for them to be the best of the best. So when it comes back to when I ask people what their goal is and they think about what's possible, you ask yourself, when you go to look at your goal or your desire, do you go for what you really want or what you think you can get? And that's just a belief. Remember, it's just a belief. So I didn't ask for what you wanted, truly what you want. Just imagine if you had a genie that gave you a magic wish. What would you ask for then? If you had this genie and it goes, okay, I rub the old lamp and I get my 3 wishes. If anything was possible, what would you ask for? And this is what we need to look at in our belief. What's holding us back? And, someone said, well, I'll ask for 1 million more genies to be able to give me all these other wishes. Well, no, you only get the one. What do you want? What is it that you want? And the thing that we look at, when we ask if we had a magic genie that could give us anything that we wanted, what we do is we let go of where we suspend our disbelief of what we only think that's possible, and we go beyond. And this is what's possible is all about. Shifting your belief to what's possible is going beyond where you are limiting yourself from achieving the goals that you're wanting to achieve. So write down, what is it that you wish for? Now you want the thing is that you have to do, now you have to ask yourself, do I believe it's possible? And this is a big teaching here. Do I believe it's possible that I can achieve that goal? Is it possible? Not saying how, is it possible? And the thing to remember, if you can think it, you can have it. If you can create it, morning Anastasia, if it can come into your mind, then it is totally possible for you to be able to make it. And one of the questions you ask yourself here, when you think about your goal, about the thing that you're wanting, you just ask yourself here right now while you're listening, is it possible for you to have it? You're either going to get a yes or a no. It's one or the other. If you get a maybe, well, that's a no. If you get I'd like to, well, that's a no. It's either a yes, a congruent yes, or a no. And when we look at that and go, oh, geez, if I don't get a congruent yes, then I'm bullshitting myself somewhere. I've got a belief system in here telling me that I don't think that I can really achieve that goal that I want. But if you've thought of the goal, you know it's possible. Because the universe doesn't have anything come into our mind. If we can think it, on some level, it is already created. And it's just about us aligning ourselves into that frequency of possibility. So if your answer is no, then you've got some limiting beliefs, you've got some emotional locked up, some energies locked up, where you're holding yourself back and you're holding yourself out of the vibration of possibility. You're listening to some story that someone once told you that you couldn't have it. Maybe you're a little kid and mum or dad says, oh, you can't have that. Who do you think you are? And you hold yourself back. And meanwhile, that belief is running in the undercurrents in your unconscious, which is causing you to respond a certain way. So if you don't believe it's possible, then it's not going to happen. Stop fooling yourself. You've got to be honest with yourself. And this is where some of the work gets a bit hard, where we've got to look at it. And you can get emotions come up that, geez, it hurts that I don't believe I deserve that. Or it hurts that I don't think it's possible for me to have that goodness. And there can be a lot of sadness, a lot of emotion can be in there. And this is all just locked up in your energy field. But when we get into the frequency of possibility, we can unlock all that stuff and allow it to be released. Now, I'm not trying to be mean or harsh here. One of the things that I'm trying to do here is to actually help you look at, gee, if it's possible, then why aren't I doing it? If you don't believe that you'll get it, then why are you doing all the hard work? If you don't believe it's possible for you, then, because one of the things you've got to look at, if you're going after a goal, you're going to get uncomfortable. We just do. You've got to break out of your old belief systems, because one of the things that we must always remember, on our way to our goal, it's not usually the goal or the thing that excites us, that we're looking for when we go for the goal. It's who we become along the way. And when we recognize it's who we become, and it's possible for me to have that much confidence, it's possible for me to be able to touch so many people's lives. If it's possible for me to be XYZ, whatever it is for you, that's the difference you look for. And when you get there, it makes a massive difference. So one of the things I want you to look at is, for you to achieve your goal and your desire and what you want to do, you've got to get uncomfortable. So you know that. So if you already knew that it was going to be hard work, but you didn't believe it was possible, then why would you do it? Well, you wouldn't. That's like someone that wants to get fit. And, well, they know it's possible to get fit, but they don't really want to do it. So they're always in the pain period. They go for a run, and they don't go for a run for about another week, and they're going to go through that hurt period again. I know myself. I used to do that. Like for me, I look at running. A year ago, I've been running for a year, at least 3 times a week to 4 times a week, every week for over a year. I've just gone over 1,000 Ks. My little tracker says you can run 1,000 Ks. And so I've got my next goal, and the next goal on the app is to do 2,500. So that's my next goal. At the start, I couldn't even do, I used to blooming struggle around, and I set a little goal of doing 50 Ks in a month. I didn't think that was possible. Kick that. I've now been running 100 Ks a month for over, about 6, 7 months now, 8 months. And this month, I'm going to run 160 Ks because that's my new goal. And back when I started, I didn't think that was possible. But now, that's just what I do. And it's not, I've become a great runner because, my style is not really great. And I'm carrying extra kilos with me. So it's not always 100% pleasant. But one of the things that I'm getting at here, it's possible. And I set goals along the way. Because I had no goal, no desire to run 160 Ks in a month. But now I do. Because it's possible. It came into my vibration of being able to see, to go for it. And so I go for this goal now. And then this week, that's, going to be 160 Ks, which is, not a bad little deal for a little old fella like me, which is, cool. But the thing that you look at is, one of the things is you just go, well hold on, where's the goal for you? And you look at your chunk size of what's possible. Had I gone out the first day, said I'm going to run 160 Ks in a month, I would have gone, hell no, I would have put my runners away. But I did what I could. And it wiggled and woggled and got me to where I am today. The same thing happens for you. So just think in your life, whereabouts are you going? Don't expect it to be a straight line for you to go to your goal, because you've got to learn and pick up things along the way. There may be something over here that you don't know about yourself, or your confidence may not be strong in this area of your life. You do not know yourself as wholeness there. And so you go over there and you pick that piece up. And you think, I'm not going to get my goal. It's not possible. And they go, no, I've got this wholeness now. And then you come back and you swing over to the other side. And you get the next piece. And constantly, you're constantly growing and going towards the goal that you want. So one of the things that I want you to do is just to allow yourself, hey, no, it's possible. You know, my belief about what's possible is 100% anything is possible. And it's 100% all of the time. If you can think it, you can create it. Don't know how you're going to create it. That works itself out. But it's possible. If you can think it, it's possible. So the second type of belief that we need to change, you know, the first type we talked about yesterday is the belief about your belief. And the one today is about it being possible. Now, when we look at it from a quantum physics point of view, and this is the stuff that gets me in the yumbo place because I just love quantum physics. I'm not a professor in it, but I just love studying. I get a wee bit passionate about quantum physics. And when you look at quantum physics, one of the things that you look at is that they say that you cannot have a thought about something without the probability already existing in the field. And so if you look at that, you go, wow, if I can think of something, then already it exists in the field. And simultaneously, everything is being created at the same time. And so the results that we get are from the thought processes and the emotions that we are taking at any one time. So if we believe a certain thing and we go and we have the emotions going along with that, then we create a reality out of the quantum field that matches that vibration. So all we need to do is to change our belief and change our feeling tone to step into the vibration, and we will get a different result. And so it's already there, but all it's about doing is going from where we are to that which we are. So we change our vibration, and from a place of quantum physics, here we are blinking down here, getting this result, but we want this result up here. Well, that blinks at a different vibration to what we are. So all we're needing to do is to align ourselves with this other vibration and have our focus on that, and then we start becoming that. We move into the frequency, into the vibration of that, and then all of a sudden we start experiencing that. It's always possible. And the only thing holds you back is what you believe. You know, you can't have a thought without having the probability already being in existence. And that, you know, that is just such a cool thing to know. So if you get a thought coming, it's already possible. But you've got to believe that. And you watch your mindset and watch what comes up for you. You know, one of the things that I love to get people, you sit them there, you ask them, is it possible? If it was possible for you, what does it feel like? If you ask the question, hey, I want to do this, and the first thing you hear is, oh, you can't do it. Well, there's your answer. Or if you go to do something and you go to, hey, I'll really like to make this happen, and then you get this sinking feeling in your guts that, never been able to do that. Well, there's your belief there. It's showing you what's going on, what you truly believe. But when you start looking at this and you start untangling it and you allow yourself to clean it apart, and you have this knowingness, like I go, 100%, everything's possible. You will achieve what you desire. And it's who you become. It's who you become along the way that is so powerful. So one of the things, the only things that aren't possible are the things you're not thinking about. So if you're not thinking about them, well, you don't know they're not possible. You know, and this is the thing when you look at the people doing the IT nowadays. Some people are having some amazing, you know, I look at Elon Musk. I was watching him the other day. His mind is amazing of what he's seeing and, you know, looking out into the future and what he's being able to create. That stuff ain't even coming into my noggin. It's not meant for me. It's meant for him. And this is where we have a vision. We have a goal. And you go and share it with someone and they go, no, I don't think you can do that. Of course they don't think you can do that. They didn't have the vision. It didn't go into their noggin. You're the one that was given that thought. So you were given the possibility to materialize that into wholeness. They're off doing whatever they're doing. So the thing is, if you get the thought, then it's a gift to you that you can bring that seed to light. There'll be some changes. You'll have to do some things differently. You'll have to be a little different. But man, just think when you create that into possibility, how good it will feel inside of you. You'll be living your desire, doing what you want to do. So when you look at it, you ask for yourself, where did the desire come from? You know, at the beginning I asked you to write down what you desired. What do you want? Have a look at it. Now the thing that we look at, and this is another place where we get caught, when we ask what's your desire, you know, are you writing down mum or dad's desire, or your school teacher's desire for you, or someone else's desire for you? Maybe they say that you should be a doctor or a lawyer or a, you know, accountant, or some of these people that are really supposed to be got the, you know, got the initials in front of their name. You know, it's like my dad said to me, you know, I wanted to leave school at 15 because I hated school. I only went there to play rugby. Totally hated it. You know, my connection to learning was nothing but pure pain, because that was my experience as a kid. Not right or wrong, it's just what it was. And Dad said I could leave school if I became a tradesman. So I went and tried to get a job as a carpenter. He says, no, you can't be a carpenter because there's no safety in it. There's no regulation. You've got to get a regulated trade. Okay. This is Dad's belief system. He worked on a farm and was an orchardist. He had a kiwi fruit orchard. You know, Dad didn't really understand the building industry and that much, but he knew you needed to get a trade. Not right, not wrong, just who he was. So I went and got and became a plumber. I went and said plumbing. He said, yeah, you can be a plumber. I hated plumbing. I did it, got covered in shit and, you know, did put water pipes here and there. And, you know, it wasn't a bad trade. The money was okay and I could do it. I was okay at it. Had my own business in it. And the funny thing about it, but is I never loved it. I was never passionate about it. It was just something I could do. So I was living my dad's dream, his desires. Do it so you can keep safe, you can provide. But now I do a different kind of plumbing. I do energetic plumbing. I clear blocks out of people's lives. I help people to see like this. These are just little blocks in your psychology. So it's a different kind of plumbing. So I suppose my dad was right in a way, be a plumber. But I'm just an energetic one and a mental and emotional one now, which I enjoy so much more. This is just the passion. So, you know, if you write down your desire and it comes from your parents, you know, say they wanted you to be a lawyer or whatever, but you loved dancing or you loved art, that's more your desire. It's just that they may not be able to see, much like my dad couldn't see me ever doing this. My dad didn't understand this type of work that I do now. And he just says, oh, you're just crazy, you know, whatever. And we went along, you know. But at the end of his life, he saw what I was doing and he got his head around it. But the thing, he couldn't see it from where he was, and he would put his beliefs onto me. And so the thing is, where are you in your life? Are you living what you want to do? Or are you living what your parents have told you to do? Or what your society says that you should do? What's for you? Remember, if you can think it, it's possible. So the thing to remember that you look at your belief and you need to take action on it, because to take action is what creates movement so that you can then see the next step. And if you don't expect it to be a straight line from where you are to where you're going to the goal, it never is. You've got to pick up things along the way. And sometimes you circle back because you didn't get the whole understanding or the whole teaching of that piece that you needed to be able to, so when the pressure come on or the stress come on, you don't crumble. You know, you may needed to learn confidence, so you keep doing a circle and learning how to have confidence, and you get the courage to finally get that confidence. And then once you get it, boom, you take the next step forward and you step into the possibility of creating what you want. So when you get moving and taking action towards your goal, you'll get there eventually. Know that you'll get there. When you know it's possible, you'll get there. But if you want it to be perfect and flawless, you're whistling in the breeze a wee bit. And, it's anything to look at is, hold on, what do I actually want? It's not how it works. We go along the way, we trip, we learn, we grow, we hold our vision on what's possible. Know that it's possible. And in doing that, you will set yourself free. So just remember the second one, the second belief that holds us back, the second type of belief that holds us back from achieving what we desire is that of possibility. What's your belief around possibility? You can go out there and create what you want today. You know it's possible, so just go for it. So hey, there's been a wee bit in there. Allow yourself to connect with it. Allow yourself to think about it and allow yourself to go out and dream big. Go after what you want. The only one that says that you can't get it is the person that hasn't thought of it themselves, because they're limiting them. They may be limiting themselves in their beliefs. So just go for it. Have an awesome day. I'll be back tomorrow with the next one, the next type of belief that may be holding you back from achieving what you desire. Have an awesome day, and for those that are joining us at 10:30, I'll actually take you into moving to the energy of sitting in the possibility, show you how to sit in the vibration of possibility. Okay, blessings and have an awesome day.